Hi everybody. Good morning. It's Friday. I Oh, here we go. So I wanted to share a video with everyone. I thought it was very fascinating, and I hope you all would subscribe to this person's channel. I put it in the description box below, and it talks about the Jezebel spirit. And for me, I have been trying to express this to several people in my life, particularly people who believe in the whole twin flame theory and believe that, oh, I found my twin flame. Well, when you watch this video, you'll understand you've been sucked in by the Jezebel spirit, because this whole journey is not about destiny of your twin flame and reuniting and to become one. There's a deception there. There's false pretenses there. I think some people are under the impression that you have to find your twin flame. That's the only path to ascension, and that's not true. There's only one way to the Father at the end of the day. And however you want to mix and match your wisdom and knowledge, the truth is you can't follow the Mother Goddess Virgin worship. You can't. It's okay to acknowledge the Immaculate Conception part of it, but then that puts you into the goddess worship. If you guys can understand the story of Adanda, who was one of the first, she was the Babylonian queen, or Diana, however her name is, Anana, they say in the Sumerian or the Anunnaki storyline, Anana, Adanda, Diana, same person. So I really want everyone to be mindful that this has been coming up in me for the last 4 years. And I have a friend of mine, well, I'll just be honest, my twin flame, and I feel as though sometimes like she's deceiving me all the time, even though we're close and I understand our closeness and I understand our mission, our journey, and it's very beautiful, the things that we come across. Like if we're in nature, it's like an episode of Snow White around us. The animals act funny, the clouds form hearts, and the wind blows like Pocahontas, so it's very magical. But I'm nervous that if my twin flame is aware of what she is and is using it intentionally against me, she will never tell me. That's where there's a problem. And it sucks because I have a mission of destiny, and there could be a reptilian deception in someone that I know, but I don't love. I don't feel the love of this person, though I know we have a connection. But a lot of my dream states have helped me understand why I cannot love her anymore. Because there's always misleading, I've always been misled. And I never really believed in past lives and all that stuff. I'm gonna sip my coffee. But long story short, the last 2 weeks have been very interesting to me, where I know that there's a truth to a lot of everything out there, including this video in the link description below. And it's also allowing me to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I know a lot of people probably in this corner too. There's probably people who are like, oh, I feel like I have to stick with them because this is like our final consciousness together, our final lifespan, and I don't want to screw it up, because if I do, then we have to start all over. That's not true. It's not true. Follow your heart. If your heart says, I have to let this go, I have to release, I have to detach from this person, do it. Because you will have an attachment of a Jezebel spirit. And you can tell, because even for me, I even recognized when people around me act so sexualized, or the way that people respond to me, sometimes it might be harassing, but I don't take it that serious. sometimes it's homophobic, even though they're not intentionally meaning it, but they're aware of my preference and they kind of use it as for fun and games and joking around. But some people don't really realize it because they're under the spell. So be mindful. I'll try to post 2 links below. There's another one about Hollywood, and it's kind of off topic, but it kind of correlates with this Diana and this. I'm understanding it now. It's really interesting. You wouldn't have thought that Rome would have its way here in California, exactly how it's shaped and the placements of these mock altars. You'll see in the link below. It's quite fascinating. It's important to me to know these truths, not to share and tell everybody, oh my God, you know, the elite, rah, they're crazy. It's really to understand ancient history and not show support to all rituals, but respect all rituals, even if they're not the positive or the, you know, they're not heavenly rituals. It's respecting. When you respect means I will not disrespect. I will not sabotage or disgrace what I am looking at. I'm only taking it to account of knowledge. I'm taking it to account of my position, and I am in a status of understanding how everything came to be how it is. And if people wanted money and wealth, then they made those choices. I have to respect that. I know I never thought I would say that. But it's not a world where we, the light, are not to cause war against the dark. We are the ones to be aware of how the dark functions and offer a hug at the end of the day. Because if they haven't been loved unconditionally without giving rewards, then, you know, we're showing that exemplification that the rewards of feeling good weigh out everything. So I love you guys for watching. Check out the video below. Great information. Be careful of your relationships that you have. If you don't feel comfortable and you know that this person has a soul, you know that they mean well, their intentions are well, but you have to follow your gut. Because I've been doing it for 4 years, entertaining this person, because I rather have, if it is an enemy in disguise, I'd rather have the enemy right here than keep them far away. But I can no longer attach myself to the timeline of me and this counterpart have a mission, but then she really wants us to fully integrate to become one as our oneness evolves and our twin flame. I see no biblical reference of twin flames. I see no reference of shards of the soul in the Emerald Tablets. I don't see it in the Nag Hammadi scriptures. I don't see it in the Gospel of Thomas. I'll talk about St. Thomas another day and time. I don't see it in the Gospel of Adam. I don't see it in the lead codices. I don't see it in the Bruce Codex. So I think the twin flame thing was a false deception, because a lot of people are twin flames. They're hooking up, they're having babies. They're not doing God's work. They're not doing the Father's work. They're not bringing in the Christ consciousness. They're not integrating themselves with you know, the ascension process, whatever you want to call it. It's not divine. So it's a mockery, because in the book of Adam, it talks about how God made Eve out of fire. That's how he speaks. He made fire to clay. Well, that's a metaphor, but anything that's in flame or fire is through divine creation. But then if the source didn't say I created these two from one to split into two and they're twin flames, then don't believe it. Anyways, I gotta go. Bye. I have to go to work. Have a good day.